Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. Do the same at the Grizzly Gentleman, same promo code, 10% off at checkout. Both of these are fantastic deals, and they help support the show. What is up, Planeswalkers? 36 back for more Magic the Gathering Arena, and today we're playing more Goblins. I played Goblins on the 8th of whatever month it is, July. But we're playing more Goblins, because Goblins, apparently, are the new thing. Also, apparently I'm primarily a historic streamer now. I'm recording a YouTube video, not streaming. Regardless, this is the Goblins deck. Now, this, of course, wasn't taken from any individual. I pulled a lot of lists to try and see, what was working. I watched a few videos here and there. And essentially, I came to this list. I don't know why I said essentially, I meant eventually. The point of this deck is to just have a lot of Goblins, and then kill your opponent with a lot of Goblins. I'm not sure if those tactics are a little bit too thought-provoking for you. No, I'm kidding. You play Goblins, you kill people with Goblins. It's crazy. 4 Skirk Prospectors, good old-fashioned 1-drops that allow you to do some really ridiculous things. If you have something like a Krenko Mob Boss with it, then you can make a bunch of mana, cast things off the top thanks to Conspicuous Snoop. Muxus makes things amuck, things like that. But generally speaking, this can be a pure normal aggro deck where you curve out and you have something like a Goblin Chieftain, or you can essentially have a very interesting combo game where you use Krenko Mob Boss to just make an absurd amount of Goblins. And then also there's the good old-fashioned, you are essentially immune to board wipes thanks to Goblin Ringleader and Muxus. So I'm going to continue going through the rest of this. I have a single Goblin Cratermaker and a single Wily Goblin. Cratermaker allows me to blow up an annoying colorless thing like, I don't know, Ugin. Hopefully our opponent won't get to that point. But also essentially just allows us to remove an early game creature that could be annoying for whatever reason. Wily Goblin allows us to accelerate our mana by giving us a treasure token. We have 4 Goblin Instigators. One of the main reasons we went with Goblin Instigator here is, one, all the other lists use it, but 2, I believe the reason that those lists use it is because of the fact that it works really nicely in conjunction with Skirk Prospector. So, for example, you can get its own rate back, but when you have something like Goblin Warchief, which makes this cost 1 less, you're getting above rate. So you have Goblin Warchief out, your Goblins cost 1 less, this costs a single red, you can sack both of these Goblins for a total of 2 red. So this allows you to ramp up with the Prospector, but also, since there are 2 bodies instead of just 1, we get double duty on our +1/+1s from our Goblin Chieftain. We also get double duty from our Krenko Mob Boss. Conspicuous Snoop is a real strong Goblin. Apparently this sees play in the Eternal Goblin decks. 2 mana, 2/2, play with the top card. You may cast Goblin spells from the top of your library. Now, giving red what is functional card advantage is fantastic, but it's made even better when we have access to things that, 1, tutor, and 2, give our creatures haste. Speaking of tutors, we have 3 Goblin Matrons. I went to 3 because Matron's body by itself isn't the best, but she does allow us to go get any Goblin we need at any given time. And when we have a bunch of Goblins, but we need haste, we can go grab that. When we want to cast a bunch of Goblins a single turn, we can grab our Warchief to cost reduce. If we're looking just to make even more mana to continue doing shenanigans, we can look for a Skirk Prospector. So Matron does play a really critical role of essentially being the additional copies of every other card in our deck. Gempalm Incinerator is one that we can go grab with Matron if our opponent has one big dookie dude that we can't get rid of. And this allows us to get rid of it because we're often going to have a lot of creatures. 4 Goblin Chieftain, 4 Goblin Warchief. These are both essentially Goblin Lords. Chieftain is the true Lord in that he does pump our Goblins. Also gives all of them haste, which is, fantastic. And then Goblin Warchief reduces the cost. The reason all 4 of these are great is because of the haste. The haste really is the most important bit. Obviously, the +1/+1 is great, and the cost reduction is great, but allowing us to, 1, attack with all of the nonsense Goblins that we get off of Krenko or Muxus is great. It also allows us to do stupid potential combinations where we get double war chiefs and then our Muxus cost less, etc, etc. So it's just really nice. 1 Goblin Chainwhirler, just in case our opponent is playing a super wide board of annoying dorks that we would like to destroy. Cough cough, it also helps against the opposing Goblin decks. It isn't the end all be all, but it does help if you're going up the mirror. 4 Goblin Ringleader just refuels our hand. Literally, we have 23 lands in this deck. I've seen some with 24, some with 22. I went for the middle of that. We've got 23 lands in our deck. Everything else is a Goblin. This is going to give you, on average, I think it's 2.5, 2.7 cards, something like that. I maybe it's 3 point something. Look, I didn't do actual math. I'm just pulling this out of my butt. But I didn't mean to do that. It just gives you goblins. Krenko Mob Boss makes dudes. Now, technically speaking, right, Krenko, not the best in that you have to cast him, and he has to live in order to use his ability. Unless, of course, you have something that gives haste. We have 8 cards in this deck that gain haste. Grant haste. Therefore, Krenko pretty good. Pretty good. And then Muxus is Muxus. Muxus just is an army in a box, and I love army in a boxes. And he gets really swole. Really swole when you attack with it. So it's just generally a really interesting deck. I've seen a lot of goblins recently on the historic ranked ladder. And some people are saying that it might be one of the top decks in historic right now. Did I say standard? I meant historic. The first time, not the second time. My gross face cam will be back in a second. There we go. Going second, unfortunately, but otherwise this is a fantastic hand. And it looks like a potential Goblin mirror match, which does make this Prospector a little bit less valuable, unfortunately. Going second in a matchup like this is usually pretty bad, but we're still going to play the Prospector, see if he decides to kill it. Now, this might not be Goblins. It is Goblins, but it's the old version of Goblins, it seems. You're not going to get the satisfaction. Alright, I think I'm going to go with Wily Goblin to get that treasure, just because we don't have a land lined up. Then after this, we can go Warchief into potentially some other stuff. So this is the Goblin deck that runs. So they do run Muxus, interesting. But yeah, I need to do this. Unfortunately, I guess technically I could Matron for another Prospector. I guess I could do that next turn as well. But yes, I think this is the one that has the reanimation spell, the 3-mana one. But going second in a matchup like this is essentially... Yeah, essentially you just lose the game, unfortunately. In fact, yeah, I just can't get back into this, especially since I missed my land drop. So, super unfortunate, but when you have essentially aggro mirrors, but specifically goblin mirrors like this, going second is likely to be the death of you. Now, the reason I didn't include the Fanatical Firebrand in this list is because I felt, even though it does give some utility, the utility was not sufficient for me to value an otherwise low-powered card. I've been playing some Warhammer 40k with my 2 best friends, and I've said it before, but in the comments, I'd love you to guess what my preferred faction is. So we're going up against Luris something. Sacrifice, it looks like. Makes some sense. Now, I can be kind of greedy here, and Wily Goblin into Krenko. It obviously is a risk, because my opponent might have, you know, good old-fashioned removal spells. But if they don't, then we get a relatively early Krenko. We're not going to block, and we will need something to have as sacrifice food. Now that we have Prospector, do I want to change that? Because I could Prospector into Matron to get a Chieftain. Would do that. The question is, would I sacrifice my Wily Goblin for the treasure? I think I would sack the treasure. Yeah, I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack because I assume they're going to use Cat Oven anyway. And if they don't, that's fine. Hello, opponent. There we go. I assumed they're gonna block sack, but I might as well do it because I'm unlikely to want to. They didn't even decide to block sack. That's interesting, but okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and prospect. And Matron. We're gonna grab, not Chieftain, we're gonna grab the other one. War Boss? I don't remember. What is your name? Goblin Warchief. That was close. That way my stuff has haste and is a little cheaper. So that next turn, hopefully I draw land, but then I can play Warchief into Instigator for that sweet value into Krenko. Yeah, so here we have this nonsense. They might be missing a land drop, which is quite nice. They could have and probably should have attacked. So we didn't get a land, unfortunately. And as soon as I get Krenko down, so I'm going to use this, sack this. As soon as we get Krenko down, we get better value. Now, let's see. 1, 2, 3. I would have to sacrifice another one, which would be the Prospector, which means I would only have 2 Goblins, and not 3. And I wouldn't be able to sacrifice another Goblin. 1, 2, 3. Wait, what am I talking about? I can sack these 3. This costs 3. I totally forgot about that. I don't trust this, so I'm gonna do it manually. Can that block? It can block. Let me get another Prospector out. And we're just gonna pass. I want to get another Prospector just in case some nonsense occurs. So yeah, they're gonna do some nonsense. Luckily, we do have a decent amount of sacrifice fodder. I'm just hoping that Krenko survives. If Krenko survives, we should be in a pretty decent position. Even if he doesn't, we do still have access to this Ringleader in hand with an okay amount of sack fodder to the Prospector. So yeah, Priest of Forgotten Gods isn't too terrible unless it enables Krenko to die. Yep, that is fine with me. And they might kill the Warchief, which I would be fine with. I wouldn't love it, but I'd be fine with it. It's really just the Krenko that I would like to keep alive. And if they end up just doing Gutterbone's cat, I am super fine with that as well. Scorpion, I do not care about. Oven, I don't particularly care about. Blood Artist, I do care about. Another Warchief makes my things even cheaper. Cool. So now I shall use this, sack this. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. So one of the things I'm looking for is Polluter, or Gempalm Incinerator, so I can deal with this Blood Artist here. That's a Matron, and Matron would allow me to get an Incinerator. It's just a lot of damage. I guess technically I could Snoop first, but I think it's just correct to Incinerate first. Ow. Am I able to just kill my opponent here? Oh, Chainwhirler. Could grab Chainwhirler. Chainwhirler costs 3 to cast. Could do Cratermaker, which would cost me 1 to cast and 1 to activate. This would cost me 2, but I would get a card draw out of it. So I think I'm gonna go with this. And I am a little worried. Sacrifice. So I need to cycle this. Goblin. Goblin. Target. So this is 2 triggers. Yeah, so that's 3 more. Oh, am I just dead? I might just be dead. I'm at 2. So even if I'm not dead, I need to probably win this turn. I'm gonna Snoop first. That's not what I wanted to see. So I am dead. Even with this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, damn. That is unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunately, we kind of fizzled there. The Blood Artist really took the wind out of our sails. I don't understand yet. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Damn. I guess that's a decent reason to have at least a single Fanatical Firebrand. It's easier to just play and sack that instead of like going through as many hoops. But you know, they didn't have the Blood Artist. Oh my gosh, it's a rematch. All right, can I go first? I get to go first, and we have this. Seems good to me. Obviously, they might not be. Wait a minute. Oh, it's a Goblin rematch. I know it was a rematch. Alright, we'll do this into Warchief. Hopefully that is enough. Snoop. They have Warchief on top. Okay, I can Snoop, but I think I'm going to Warchief here. Next turn I can play Warchief and Krenko. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Is my Warchief worth the Snoop? I'm not sure. Okay, they play their Warchief. Okay, I'll play another Warchief. I'll play a Krenko. I will pass the turn. Next turn, Snoop, and hopefully go off. I'll play Ringleader, sure. We're gonna get that. Okay, they got a Chieftain as well. I did not like seeing another land on top. also don't like seeing that on top. But I can attack for 6 relatively safely. Unfortunately, my opponents, if they are running the Chainwhirler, they can just destroy me again, so... Oh, right. I can do this. So now we just have to hope that they are not running Chainwhirler, but I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, if we see the Matron out first, then it's Chainwhirler for sure, and I've lost. Yo, I am gonna lose again. I just love that I immediately... Oh, it's Muxus. Alright. That's not Chainwhirler. It's still probably me losing, but it isn't Chainwhirler. Oh, no. They should tap Snoop to make Goblins, and then use Skirk Prospector. They could have had more Goblins. Why the hell? That's 5 mana. The fuck? Sorry for the language. Are they actually going to get rewarded for that off? That was an awful play, right? That sequencing was terrible. Of course they still get the Chainwhirler. Wait a minute. Oh, they have to... Wait, no, they don't have... They don't have a Prospector anymore. I mean, I guess they can make a decent amount of Goblins. So, I guess we have to see what's on top of my library. Another land? Are you serious? This is not fun. It's not great. That is not great. That's very frustrating, actually. Apparently, should be running 22 lands. Who would have thought? It's the new hotness, and I can't play it because I'm Garbo. That's why I don't play red decks. Also, apparently, maybe I should have just played Snoop first. Snoop. Okay. Curious as to what this deck is. We're gonna play Instigator first. For multiple reasons. John Sack, maybe? 4-color Sack? This video hasn't been all Goblins, has it? No, we win against Sacrifice as well. Why are you playing Gilded Goose and Goblins? I'm so confused. I'm so very, very, very confused. Play Matron. Or, we're gonna play Instigator. And we're gonna pass the turn. Next turn we'll play Snoop. I guess hopefully they don't have a Chainwhirler on curve. No, on curve technically would have been last turn, but there was no reason to use it last turn. Okay, just another Instigator. I do not understand why you're using Gilded Goose. Very, very confused. Okay, we will Snoop here. I will grab this. This does cost a full 4, so I don't think it's worth doing. I could technically trade that in, but I don't think I want to. I'm just gonna pass there. Next turn I'll have more mana and hopefully more things to do. The amount of goblins. They're an actual infestation. Which is just hilarious, to be honest. Matron, okay. Matron for what? Muxus? Krenko? Muxus, gotcha. I can't cast them next turn, which is nice. Well, unless they have Prospector. They should not cast Prospector. Unless you have another Prospector, you should not have cast that. You can cast it. No, yeah, you can cast it now. You have to lose all your stuff, though. So my opponent might gamble here in an attempt to get lucky, and it looks like they're doing that. Yeah, yeah. Based on all of the things that they're doing, I assume that they are casting it, sacking all of their goblins. So this is kind of greedy of them. Do they get paid off? Of course they get paid off! I'm gonna show you all how the deck actually performs. Like, I'm not recording this. I'm not gonna edit it down just to show the best of the worst, because I don't think I won a game yet. I'm gonna show you how the deck truly performs. In the hands of a pilot who probably is not necessarily the most fit to play it. This is like an aggro combo deck, and I am good at neither of those. This seems like a good hand to me. I guess I'll snoop first, I guess. Like, that's like been the one factor that's been consistent, is that I've been keeping my snoops close to my chest. I really don't want to snoop, though. Okay, so this is Jeskai Breach, probably, based on my my running into it of the other day. Playing the Instigator. Because we also have the Goblin Chieftain. Play Instigator, next time we'll play Chieftain, and we might be able to just, like, beat them to death. The normal way. I feel like I could have finally won that one. I'm certain that was a misclick. Oh, I wonder if this person's playing Goblins. I get to go first? I have a decent hand? Are you playing Goblins, Chandra? Because I'm playing Goblins. I'm not doing it because I'm hopping on the bandwagon. Frankly, I don't like this deck all that much. You're not playing Goblins? I'm pretty sure that's some sort of blasphemy, but alright. Going to attack. Next turn we can Warchief. After we attack, presumably. Never mind Warchief. Goodbye. They might take Muxus. Because technically, next turn I can play Muxus. Yeah. Okay. You know, that's honestly fair. So we attack for 3. We play Warchief, and we get real sad because of the fact that I didn't top deck another land. Aetherborn. Cheaper. Doesn't become free. 1, 2. Maybe I want a Ringleader. If I want Ringleader, I would like to do this first. Oh, right. It costs 2. Oh, right. I can do this. Tap this. Get 4 goblins. Then I play this using 2 goblins. Grab more goblins. I'm willing to lose any of these. So if they want to block, that's fine. Sure. So I do 4 to them. And I end the turn. I assume they're going to get another swamp. Seems like mono black deck to me. It's a white black deck? Is this a life gain deck? Well, that fucking sucks. Kill that with Incinerator. Sure. Here are the lands. What is this? Got it in turn. I mean, if they don't have a way to get rid of their own arena, I might be able to just outlast them. Because I do at least have Embereth. I have a lethal attack, technically. But I'm probably just going to draw nothing but lands now. Get another black source, finally have 4 black mana. Elspeth Conquers Death, get rid of my Warchief. I mean, they're still dead in 3 turns. What is this? Dead next turn, potentially. One's playing the Abdan mid, or Orzhov mid. They get Aetherborn back potentially. Do this. Grab this. Gonna play another Goblin. They go to 1. They get back Aetherborn. You don't have Death Touch, right? No. So I can double block on it. Get Limvala instead. Sure. I think Aetherborn technically would have been better. They have to attack here. I'll double block. Guess I shouldn't have blocked. That was dumb. I'm stupid. Although Limvala makes it so I can't use my abilities anyway, so I'm not sure if it matters. It does. I could have potentially gone through for some damage. Never mind. Never mind. Sure. Matron, yep. Well, would you look at that? I can't use it. And I get another land on top. Are you serious? One more freaking card. How am I this unlucky? How? How am I this unlucky? I mean, I shouldn't have blocked. I shouldn't have double blocked. I should have just let it through, but absolutely ridiculous. There's even 2 lands down here, dude. Like, what is this? Buy Krenko, I guess? Oh, wow. I can get a Goblin? Look at that next land. I don't know if it even matters. They have 3 blockers. They get 2 life. It like, doesn't matter. I might be able to get them with Muxus, but... do I want a Chainwhirler? I guess I'd rather Ringleader. So let's see. I attack like that. Block, block, block. I do 3 damage, they gain 2. I do 1 damage, they go to 3. I think I have to wait for next turn. I hope that my Muxus is nuts. These situations have been absolutely ridiculous, though. They have 2 cards left in hand. Yep. They have the potential for at least 1 more blocker with the Ardent Veil. Aetherborn? Sure. So I know there's a Goblin there. I'm just going to cast Muxus. I need a way to gain them haste. Hopefully I get a way to gain them haste. Would you look at that? Can't use abilities. I think I'm just going to grab another Chieftain. Is another Chieftain better, or is the Chainwhirler better? I think another Chieftain's better. I'm waiting for the fucking Settle the Wreckage too. I'm waiting for it. Okay, no Settle. Do I have enough to kill them? Yep. Block a few 4s. Nah, you're still dead. Oh, the Knights of Grace is going to make them smaller. Alright, they might not. No. Yeah, they're still dead. 2, 5, I don't know. Math is hard. Cool. I won against the Goblin King, who wasn't playing Goblins. After some weird nano mana shenanigans. Banana mannequins. Banana mannequins. Never playing that deck again. I hate goblins. I just want to go around slaughtering goblins. Fun fact, never actually watched Goblin Slayer. I did watch the abridged version because anime abridges are fucking hilarious. And that was no different. What I'm saying to you is, don't play goblins. Today for you is Tuesday, so tomorrow's going to be Wednesday, which means it's going to be Bolas day. So I'm going to be tuning my deck to beat goblins. That's what it is. I have to kill the goblins. So yeah, expect to see some changes with Bolas. I've been seeing nothing but Gobos. I still need to make sure I have the Azura's control matchup squared away. But yeah, Gobos are going to go bye-bye. Anyway, I'd like to thank my patrons for the continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you'll find links in the description below. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help out the show. And until next time, I will be one.